Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc. and one of the greatest innovators of our time, helped build Apple to a $1 trillion company. And as of today, with over 2 billion people using their products worldwide. So the question is, how did he do it? And does Steve Jobs know something that we do not know? Well, in this video, we are going to discuss what Steve Jobs discovered as a young man that propelled him to see such success in his life. And I believe that this secret that Steve Jobs learned as a young man can help us, me and you, to achieve success in our fields. It doesn't matter which field you are currently operating in. I strongly believe that when you tap into this mindset that Steve Jobs developed at a young age, we can also achieve true success in our life. So when Steve Jobs was 17 years old, he came across a quote that changed his life, and it changed the way he viewed his life. And the quote goes like this: if you live your life each day as if it was your last, one day you'll be right. Steve Jobs said that when he read this quote, the next 33 years of his life became very critical. He said that every single morning he would wake up and look in the mirror and ask himself this question: if today was the very last day of my life, would I do what I'm about to do right now? And if the answer was consistently no, he would then say to himself, it is time for a change. And you see, there comes our very first life lesson today. And that is this: get a pen and paper out. I want you to write this down. Number one, if you have a life purpose, a dream you are pursuing, develop a sense of urgency. You see, these 4 words changed Steve Jobs' life. A sense of urgency. So what do we mean by having a sense of urgency? You see, when we are young, we often believe that we have all the time in the world, and we often procrastinate the things that is very important to us. And Steve Jobs, as a 17-year-old, knew that in order for the things that I truly want to achieve, some of the dreams that Steve Jobs had was to make sure that average home owner can have a computer in their house. And during that time, to have a mindset like this was quite uncommon. And he knew that the times that he was in order for him to achieve something like this, he needs to work at a certain pace. You see, a sense of urgency gives you that certain pace. It kills procrastination. Because think about it, if you really knew that today was your last day, some of the things that you are partaking this very moment, you may not partake in it, because you know that every hour is precious, every minute is precious. So you have to do the things that is important to you. And as young people, we often forget that there is a dream, there is a goal, there is a destiny, there is a life purpose that we are trying to achieve. The reason why we are not focused right now is because we believe that we have all the time in the world. We believe that we are going to be young forever. And the problem with this mindset is that we often forget that this very hour, this very minute, this very second is the youngest that you will ever be. I mean, think about it. You're not going to get any younger than this very moment right now. And as you procrastinate every single day, you are getting older and older. But once you develop this mindset that Steve Jobs had at a very young age, that I need a sense of urgency, you need to build this mindset that I only have a very limited time to achieve the things that I want to achieve. You see, in my own life, a few years ago, I was involved in an accident that nearly took my life. It was late at night, I was cycling, and I got hit by a car. Now, I remember that very night when I was rushing to the hospital, one of the few things that came to my mind was that, Rudolf, if today was your very last day on earth, if you did not survive this accident, can you honestly say that you've lived your life to the fullest? Can you truly say that you've lived a focused life? And can you truly say that you lived a life of legacy? And at that very moment, that very night at that hospital, my answer was no. And the next few weeks and the next few months, the things I was achieving in my life, I never achieved these things before because I had a different mindset. My mindset at that point was that I nearly lost my life. I have an opportunity to be remembered for the things that I want to do, which is to inspire people. I do not have the time to be wasting my life. And I'm telling you guys, things that normally would take me years to achieve, I was achieving them in months. And things that would usually take me months to achieve, I was achieving them in weeks, simply because of this mindset I had that, Rudolf, tomorrow is not promised. This very moment is very important to you. You nearly lost your life. It's time to go all out. So I want to throw it out to you guys. There's something that you're trying to achieve in your life. You're trying to get the law degree, the doctor's degree. You're trying to start your business. You're trying to start your music career. There is something that you are trying to achieve that you've put down on a piece of paper. Say, this is what I want to do with my life. But right now, you can honestly say that you have been procrastinating. You have been wasting your time doing things that are not in line with the things that you said you want to achieve in this life. And what I will tell you guys today is that develop this strategy of a sense of urgency. Ask yourself this question that Steve Jobs asked himself as a 17-year-old. What if today is my last day on this earth? Am I going to do the things that I'm currently doing right now? You know, you need to build a sense of urgency. You know, Robert Greene writes in his book, The 33 Strategies of War, a great book. There's a passage where he talks about the death ground strategy. I believe he took that idea from the great book, The Art of War. And in that 33 Strategies of War, he talks about the death ground strategy. And what that simply means is that imagine if you are going to war like back in the days and you're coming with your ship and you come to the territory of your enemy, and let's say there's 300 soldiers and you land at the enemy's territory and they have 600 soldiers. And if we was to burn all our ships that we came with, meaning that we can't retreat back, we have to fight, otherwise we will lose our life. The likelihood of us beating the 600 enemies that are standing in front of us is really high. Because why? Because our back is against the wall. We know that we have to fight or we lose our life. It's a death ground strategy. It's a mindset. So as always, we want to leave with practical steps. You know, this channel is dedicated to practical steps. We want to look at all the successful people out there in different fields of life and want to learn the things that they learn and want to apply in our lives. We're not here to admire them or just to worship them or anything like that. We're here to learn all the secrets that they learn and we're going to apply in our life. So today's practical step is that we are going to do a 21-day challenge and we are going to pretend that we only have 21 days to live to achieve the things we want in this life. And the reason why we'll pick 21 days because research have told us that it takes approximately 21 days to create a new habit. And what I'm hoping to do is that after the 21 days, this mindset becomes a habit of yours and then you will begin to continuously achieve things at a quicker pace because you kill off procrastination, because you're always going to remember that tomorrow is not promised. Every single day counts. I need to achieve this because I honestly believe that many people watching me right now, you are sitting on a $1 billion company, $1 million company, or perhaps even like Steve Jobs, $1 trillion company. But the question is, are you going to develop a mindset that Steve Jobs had? Are you going to have this sense of urgency? Because, you know, Steve Jobs is no longer with us anymore, but his products are still here with us today. We are still celebrating this great innovator, visionary, because at a young age, the man developed this mindset that I need to live my life with a sense of urgency. And who knows, maybe if he didn't have that mindset, he wouldn't achieve some of the things he achieved in his life. So what are you sitting on today? How are we going to celebrate you at the end of your life? My name is Rudolf High-Definition. If you like videos like this and if you like content like this, guys, I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to hit the notification button, like, comment, and I'll see you on the next video. Be inspired.